It's hotter than hell.
It is
The
pretty
humidity is kicking.
It's
Nuts.
like, now I understand why people are getting out of this city during the summer.
I sweat through my shirt so much I just see my nipples right when I walk outside the house. So
It probably turns you on.
exactly, yeah. I gotta find a mirror to jerk off to.
Welcome back to another episode of This Week in Money. For our first story, Billionaire Summer Camp kicks off. Hundreds of the world's most powerful people in tech, media, and markets have once again touched down in their private jets to Sun Valley, Idaho. The reason? An exclusive conference organized by the investment bank Allen & Company, filled with outdoor activities and plenty of deal-making. Among the list of invited guests include Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, Mark Zuckerberg, Tim Cook, Sam Altman, Warren Buffett, Jeff Bezos, Bob Iger, and Activision CEO Bobby Kotick. What's going on in Sun Valley this week?
You know, Allen & Co. is a very secretive bank. Very good in media, also surprisingly good in healthcare services, which not a lot of people know. Did a lot of the insurer mergers that went on a few years ago, but they host this media summit where the global elites of the world go. I find it interesting that there haven't been many press articles on Zelensky being an attendee, but actually this is a topic near and dear to my heart, Brian. A few years ago, I was on a flight, and I got really bored because I didn't have any Wi-Fi, so I decided to make up a rumor in the conspiracies thread of Reddit, and that was promptly banned, and then that led to my account, which was Allen & Co. 69, to also get banned. But let me just read this real quick because it just makes you wonder. It's very thought-provoking.
Makes you wonder.
So, Allen & Co., the key to this all. Someone please look into the connection that the highly secretive investment bank Allen & Company plays into all of this. A simple Google result will show many individuals discussed in this forum attended their yearly Sun Valley conference, e.g. the Wayfair CEO, which if you haven't heard of the Wayfair conspiracy, I highly encourage you to look it up, Murdoch kids, etc. Further analysis will shed light into this and the connections that many are attempting to make here, but unfortunately, this is all that I can offer. Best of luck. And that got me banned. I was just having a little fun.
You're just cooking.
Just cooking
up ideas and just letting the people run with it.
I was like bent over my phone for 45 minutes. My girlfriend was like, what the fuck's wrong with you? I was like, no, let me cook. Let me cook on this conspiracy.
All right.
It could be the key to all of this. So we encourage our fans out there to look into this and help us get to the bottom of it. We're feeling the Kenergy this week, Brian. Barbenheimer is finally here, and moviegoers have never been more prepared. Over 20,000 AMC members have already bought tickets to see both Barbie and Oppenheimer on the same day. The demand has increased by 33% since July 7th. Are you going to be going to see?
It's time to go. We're going as a group.
Oppenheimer,
we just gotta buy the
Barbenheimer?
tickets. Let's do it.
Let's
we'll
do
back
it.
to back it.
Do a little review, yeah. Next week in
it.
Money, we'll review Barbenheimer.
Love it. All right. See you next week.
Have you seen that you can rent a Barbie-themed house that they've been using in marketing in
that.
Malibu?
Yeah,
I checked. All the dates were out, unfortunately.
Oh, man, bummer. Yeah, there has been a lot of Barbie marketing recently.
Yeah, what is the marketing budget for this? Because it is everywhere.
It's everywhere. Mattel stock is going through the roof because of it. It's a big jolt from
Buy.
long time
Barbie
brand.
Fans. Yeah.
Huge.
Did you have a Barbie growing up?
My sister did.
A Ken doll? Okay.
Then like the American Dolls kind of took over a bit, and then like the whole that kind of went there. But hey, I mean, they gotta.
What does Gary, our advisor, like the G.I. Joe Ken doll?
You're the melted Ken doll.
I'm melted Ken doll dipshit.
And
actually,
I'm the G.I. Joe that's defending him. The Hollywood strike is getting ugly. Actors are joining writers on the picket line after negotiations between the SAG union and motion picture studios collapsed. This is the first time that two major Hollywood unions have been on strike at the same time since 1960, while none other than Ronald Reagan was the Actors Guild president. The Hollywood strike is focused on the controversial use of AI in movies and the impact of streaming services on actors' residual pay. An unidentified studio executive told Deadline, the endgame is to allow things to drag on until union members start losing their apartments and losing their houses.
Not
Goddamn.
good. Not good. And
that's a quote.
That is the fucking playbook you expect these execs to take. Back in the 80s, the CEO to low-level film production employee ratio is about 30-1. Now it's about 400-1. And then you have Bob Iger who's saying, oh, this is not good for the industry. These guys need to get over themselves while he's jetting off to Allen & Co.'s retreat. Who knows what he's doing there? I don't want to ask any questions. But like I've said before, this is very much a pro-SAG Actors Guild episode of This Week in Money. I support them.
Hold the line.
Hold the line, guys. Keep it up. Now, Twitter has lost nearly half of their advertising revenue since Musk took over. In some overnight tweets, Musk also admitted that advertising revenue did not provide the increase expected in June, although July has been a bit more promising. The revenue news comes as Twitter faces competition from Meta's new app, Threads. What do we think about this?
Which we're hearing a lot of the Threads usage fall off.
I mean, it's just boring now.
Is it
like
now?
We said last week, I don't even look into it. Yesterday, didn't go on it at all. You can't delete your Threads account, though, without it actually deleting your Instagram, so I still keep it up there. Otherwise, I would have deleted it last week.
That's it. But, hey, yeah, ad revenue is down. I think, a lot of advertisers are still sitting on the sidelines waiting to understand a little bit more about what Elon's got planned. But for now, it's going to be a lot of wacky ads for random drop-shipped products from...
I just get a lot of Blue Chew ads.
Blue Chew ads, seeing a lot of those. I'm seeing a lot of weird boomerangs that you could throw, and then it comes back to you and lights up.
Oh, the little plain one,
the little
too?
plain one,
yeah.
You just get all these things.
Yeah, it's like...
So while all the big brands are sitting on the sidelines, all the bottom feeder drop shippers are gobbling up all of the cheap ads on the platform right now. So,
really big opportunity for OnlyFans to start pushing advertising, as they actually got a new CEO today.
Yeah, that is. The CEO did step down. She's, big news there. But yeah, we'll see what happens with Twitter.
We shall see.
We shall see. Miss Americana
Taylor
herself
Swift
is helping boost the U.S. economy. The Federal Reserve is crediting Taylor Swift with boosting the national tourism industry thanks to her Eras Tour. The Philadelphia Federal Reserve also reported that the hotel bookings came to pre-pandemic levels thanks to Swift's show dates. Her current tour is on track to do about $1 billion in sales, making it the highest grossing tour ever.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
She is just an icon. This tour, it hurts nobody, benefits the economy. I love it. It's doing wonders for the hospitality and tourism industry, and people are having a blast. So look at Taylor Swift at it again.
People are back out. COVID's over. Let's get back out.
We should make her president, honestly, at this point. That would solve a lot of problems we have going on.
It would. Honestly, that would be a move.
NASDAQ announces it will conduct a special rebalance of its NASDAQ 100 index. The NASDAQ hopes the move to rebalance will offset the degree to which the NASDAQ's top 100 performing stock index is disproportionately moved by the Magnificent Seven, which include Apple, Microsoft, Alphabet, Amazon, Nvidia, Tesla, and Meta. The seven top holdings of the NASDAQ 100 account for 62.6% of the index as of July 11th. While this over-reliance is a problem, it has helped the index to boom this year. What do we think about this special rebalancing?
You got to spread it out.
Spread it out.
Spread it out. I mean, the fact that seven stocks represent almost 60, 65%.
Not quite of an index, right?
Not an index.
The point of an index.
So, you got to spread out the love, but it's emblematic of all these big tech companies that are really just absolutely crushing it right now, from the chips to Tesla to, Amazon. So I think the hope is that all of the people investing in the NASDAQ index funds are going to be spread out a little more. So
expect those returns to be a little bit lower.
A little bit lower, but more diversified. We're entering earnings season this week.
Diversity is our strength, as we like to say here.
Totally. And I think the move from NASDAQ was particularly interesting because they rushed this out the door ahead of earnings, because the worry is that if any of these big tech companies report less than ideal earnings and they drop 5%, the whole index will just absolutely tank. So they kind of, from my sources, they rushed this decision a little bit and are hoping that this is a good move to keep the index a bit higher.
Maybe your sources have a little inside information about some earnings that could be upcoming.
I don't know about that. I wish, but not here. No NMPI around here.
Never.
Hudson Yards
Ooh.
is still empty. The related companies, the developer who promoted the Hudson Yards as the new Park Avenue, is now struggling to unload its most expensive units. The developer is now offering deep discounts, with listing prices currently dropping 30 to even 50% from their original price. What do you think as a resident of Hudson Yards? What's going on over there?
Well, one of the interesting things is about 50% of these luxury apartments are unsold. So they're lowering all these prices. I mean, I'm starting to actually get Zillow notifications for it where it's like, hey, we lowered, this 5-bedroom from 15 to 9 million. It's like, all right, a little out of my price range still, but you're starting to see the dramatic decline of demand there. So, I know they have plans to build another platform on top of the portion of the railway that's still exposed, and then to build even a casino, got a license over there. So we'll see if that actually happens, but there's no outdoor space for these high-end luxury apartments. There's really nothing close to transportation. So, I think it was just a lot of misplaced demand that they thought would happen. But also, you don't have a lot of Chinese buyers stepping in, paying all cash like they used to. Overall, it's just a mess for them. How are they going to keep up the interest payments?
I heard they ran out of money and they're not able to build the affordable housing that they promised in order to build a lot of those buildings.
Yeah.
Shocker.
Yeah, no one saw that coming.
Well, we'll see. I mean, hopefully you get a nice little reduction on your rent in the next renewal.
I know. And also, I think the big thing that really hit them on the commercial side was that CNN Plus had a plan to expand over there. That obviously didn't go according to plan, so I think that really dented a lot of the commercial demand as well.
We did sniff at real estate over there, and it was wild.
Even last year,
it was
wild.
Nutty.
Yeah, maybe we should look again.
Yeah, keep an eye out going for a lower bid. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Please subscribe to the Bullish Studio YouTube. Follow us on all your famous podcast apps, and make sure to leave a comment.
This is on podcast apps?
This is on podcast apps.
Cool,
we just launched it there. But thank you for tuning in for another episode of This Week in Money.
Tune in for next week.
We'll see you again.
Sorry. There we go. All right. I was getting emotional. I'm very passionate about the NASDAQ index.